Okay, everyone, have a good weekend. Don't do anything stupid that will get you in trouble or called to the headmaster's office. And I will be needing those reports done Tuesday. You can send them in by email if you finish early. Finally, quiet. So much for peace and quiet. It's open. Ara. これは面白いはずです. Well, if it isn't one of my favorite students. Don't lurk in doorways. Get in here if you have something to say. What is it? Do you need someone to talk to again? I know I told you that you can talk to me if you ever need, but I am not the school therapist. I can only do so much, and let's be honest, gentle is not my way of doing things. You can tell by in my class, I am very direct. I just wanted to make that clear. Now, what is the matter? How am I spending my weekend? That's rather personal. Not exactly the best opening line, either. Listen, you know my rules in my classroom. This is history. So, do you need a ledger, a sword, or a blanket? The ledger offers words of advice in the form of a story. The sword offers a direct action or solution to the problem. And the blanket is the comfort and to put you at ease. So what are you looking for? A blanket and a ledger. Now that is an answer. I suppose I can help with that. But how would telling you what I have planned for the weekend help you? You don't want to take up too much of my time. Sweetie, I know I can't force you to open up to me. There are no spells for that. That's something you need to do on your own. I also know that sometimes it is hard to find the right words and finding the courage to say so. That's all something you need to figure out on your own, all right? However, how can it benefit you or anyone else if it stays locked up in your head? Knowing the right thing to say can make all the difference sometimes. All right? I just wanted to remind you of that as well. I will always be a safe place for you. However, I cannot be the only place. Are we clear? Good. Now what is on your mind? Feeling a little lonely, are we? I see. We just got out of the holiday season and still haven't found someone, I'm guessing. I thought so. Well, That's okay then. I know. Sounds kind of weird to hear. But it is. It gives you time to figure out yourself. It's a struggle to seek help sometimes. Seeing them so happy. Wishing you had the same feeling as well. Well, that type of romantic love is hard to find. It takes a lot of work sometimes, as do many things in life. However, that does not mean you will not get your turn. It takes time for all of us to find the one we're meant to be with, and for them to find us. It's an agony to wait, and we may meet people along in our life that turn out not to be them. But that doesn't mean those sad moments stop you. Learn from them. Learn how you can do better, and learn what you really need. That's something a lot of people tend to get mixed up. What they want in a partner, and what they need. Do you need them to be good looking, or do you need them to have a six-pack? Do you need them to understand you? Or do you need them to be there for you during those hard times? I'm not saying you can't have it all. All of that is very nice and very much possible. But it's pretty clear to see which one is more important than the others. In the meantime, while you're waiting and looking, try taking some time and figuring out what you need. What do you need to grow, succeed, and be happy? Here, I have a fun little assignment for you. When you're thinking about this, write it down. Be very, very thorough on what you need in a partner. You would be surprised how powerful the written word can be. And when you're done, tuck it away. You can edit if you want throughout time, but try this little practice. It might help. Well, the next time you go on a date and find an interest in someone, look to see if they fit. And don't ignore the red flags you might see along the way. They don't always show up at first, but they always do come up eventually. May I tell you a little trick that I have developed? It's like a 3-star system. And this usually takes about 3 months to figure out if the person you're seeing is worth the time and energy of a relationship. Each star represents a feeling or emotion. How the person handles that emotion will tell you how the relationship will go later down the road. The emotions are sorrow, anger, and fear. Sometimes within the 3 months, you will feel these emotions. Some more than others, but you will feel them regardless. Now, how the other person handles the situation, or handles you, when you're feeling sad or angry or scared, will tell you how they will handle other situations if you stay together. Let me give you an example. Imagine it's been a long day, and you feel completely useless, and feeling like you're on the verge of tears. How do they handle that situation? How do they cheer you up? And how do they comfort you? You see what I mean? Now, imagine it's one of those days where everything goes wrong. A lot of little things just happen to piss you off and you're mad at the world. How do they handle that situation? And that's a tricky one, because some people like to be left alone, and others need someone else to help. Don't be mad and take it out on anyone around you, but then be upset because no one's there for you. But that's a different problem for a different time. But you see what I mean, and you get it. And all of this isn't selfish. It does not make you hard to handle or too high maintenance. Some may say that only because they want it easy. You're not easy, now are you? No, of course not. You are a complex person who knows what they need to be happy. And if they don't fit, then they are not worth your time. You understand? And the last one is fear. Imagine you had a nightmare and it keeps you up all night and you can't go back to sleep because of it. Or scared to get a test back and it's half of your grade. How do they handle that situation? Now, a lot of people fail at this point because a lot of people don't know how to handle fear, and even their own sometimes. Just like with anger, try telling them what you need. No weird riddles or saying, "You should know by now." I hate that line. Don't use it. It's useless. But if they can get past all 3 stars, then that's going to be a great relationship. But you have to remember something very important. Can you do the same for them? Can you be there for them when they are sad, when they are mad, when they get scared? Try remembering that the next time you jump into a relationship. You can't fool me. I know the look of a broken, lonely heart when I see it. It's never easy. It might take a while to pick up the pieces and that they have smashed. But I hope you know that there are different types of love, not just romantic, that can fill your heart in the meantime. Of course there is. My favorite saying is this: Eros, philia, pelagos, agape, luros, praia, philetia. Love comes in different ways. There is a different type of love when it comes from family and when it comes from friends. When it comes from a long committed relationship and when it comes from a romantic relationship. Even a universal self-love is different from a flirtatious, playful love. The love for others is different than the love you feel for yourself. Love is wonderful and very strong, powerful feeling. You shouldn't feel guilty for wanting it. It's not fake either when you feel it. Yes, some people may be cruel and play with it, but it's no different from any other emotion. You understand? Good. Well, that's the end of the day. You could go home and think about what I said if you like. Don't worry, I'm not trying to shoo you away. I just have several papers to grade, and I'm going to need a pot of tea to get through it. I enjoy company most times from students like you. If I wasn't talking to you right about now, I might have started talking to Hugo, the skull here on my desk. There's that smile I like seeing in my class. If you want, you could take a sweetie from Hugo's hat if you like. Also, next time you need to chat about something like this, talk to me in my office. I can make us a cup of tea if you like as well. You have something for me. What is it? Is this a little box of chocolates? Dark chocolate sea salt caramels. My favorite. How did you know? You saw a few wrappers in my trash can. Very observant of you. Thank you for this. This really made my day. However, what are these for? A little thank you for my advice. Well, I am your teacher. If your body and mind aren't aglow, then I haven't done my job. Care to try one with me? Please, I insist. Salty, sweet, and very savory. Perfect balance of them all. Thank you again. You're very sweet. And I look forward to seeing you in my class again.
She's try. To mommy, I do.